My name is Jasmine, and Jesus has changed my life. Before I became a Christian at age 13, I grew up in a Muslim household. I was taught that God existed and that He made everyone and that He was good, and essentially that it was important to be a good person and not break any rules and laws. And I would pray to God whenever we had troubles. We had to leave our home country of Iran when I was young. We left all of our friends and family, and we moved to Spain, and even then we moved around a lot, so it was hard because we would make friends and leave and have to start all over again. And it was a tough time for my family. And growing up, whenever there was hardship or if I felt alone or lonely or scared, I would pray to God, but I never knew if God heard my prayers. I didn't think it was possible for a human being to know God. I thought you either had to be really old or really smart or something special, and I didn't think that just a regular person like me could have those answers. And I remember when I was about 8 or 9 years old, I watched the Jesus film for the first time. It was on TV, and I had so many questions. I just remember being drawn to Jesus and who He was and what He taught. But the message of the cross really confused me. I thought it was unfair that somebody so good who didn't treat anybody wrong and all He did was good things for people, why He had to suffer. And I didn't understand what the resurrection and His death meant to me because I was of a different religion. And when I was about 13 years old, a friend of our family invited us to go to church for the first time, and we started attending and asking questions. It was the first time I saw people really worshiping God and singing songs to Him. It felt to me like they were singing directly to Him and that they believed that He could hear them and see them, and that was something that was very new for me. And then I started reading the Gospels and getting to know the Bible, and there is when I find out that God had been trying to get a hold of me my whole life, that it wasn't about me going through this religious journey or having all the answers or even seeking Him. I realized that He had been seeking me the whole time and trying to have a relationship with me. And when I was 13 years old, I decided to follow Christ, to put my faith in Him. And it was then reading through the Gospels and really digging into the Bible, I found out that God has a plan for all of humanity, and He doesn't want us to be confused, and He doesn't want us to be lost, and He wants us to have a real relationship with Him. And it was at that point that my life was transformed. I just started reading the Bible and talking to Him and believing that He heard me and believing the things in the Bible that He said about me, that I was His child, that I was forgiven, that it wasn't about me trying to be perfect. It was about following Him and getting to know Him and trusting Him with my life. And in the good days and the bad days and things that happened well and things that went bad, I just knew that Jesus was there with me along the way, that He doesn't sleep, that He doesn't leave me, and that no matter what happens, that He would always be there for me and change my character and help me and give me strength and peace and joy no matter what circumstance that I was in. And my life, and not only my life, but the life of my family transformed, because then we finally had a reason for being alive. And that was something that I always wondered is, what's the purpose of living? And are we just going back to dust? And, is there a meaning to all of this? And it was in His words that, He's written to us that I found that. And I just live each day at a time, knowing that He has a plan for me, and I trust Him with my future, and He's changed my life.